2 years ago, Which Travel conducted a survey of 120 UK seaside resorts to find the very best and the very worst. They used a scoring system which was a percentile scoring system based on factors such as cleanliness of beaches, food and drink offerings, tourist attractions, and also value for money. Now, placing at the very bottom of that list was Skegness. Skegness was voted the UK's worst seaside resort, once described as a vulgar hellhole with a brown sea, and also likened to living in North Korea by locals. Skegness has recently seen its fortunes improve slightly. The more recent Which survey conducted just last year did place Skegness a little bit higher. It's no longer the UK's worst seaside resort. It is now ranked the 5th worst seaside resort. So I thought I will come to Skegness today to have a little look around, have a walk, and we'll see. I thought I want to have a little nosy around Skegness today and see if there's any justification to these rankings. So let's go for a walk around Skeggy and see if Skegness is really that bad. Let's go find out. Okay, so welcome back to the channel and welcome to Skegness on the Lincolnshire coast. I have been to Skegness several times before, but not for some time now. I think the last time I was here was in December. We did like a winter walk in December just to see what was happening, see what was open, see what was going on in Skegness in December during close season. Now we are coming into May. It's at the very end of April. We've got blue skies, sunshine, we've got 20-degree weather, and everything should be livening up. So I thought a perfect day to come to the seaside, especially Skegness, to find out if it's really as bad as the Which Travel survey would suggest. 5th worst UK seaside town, and 2 years ago, the absolute worst UK seaside town. I don't believe it. I think we're going to go find out. They base their rankings on several factors such as quality of beach, which we might have a little check on, food and drink offerings, which we will have a look at, value for money, which I always say Skegness is awesome for value for money anyway, but we'll check that out today, and tourist attractions as well. So we'll try and take in as much of those subjects as we can as we're going around. So let's go take a walk around Skegness. Okay, so I will start the video by just saying where it was that I parked for free. There is a little roundabout there just next to the county hotel. If you take a left there, that's the way in to Skegness from sort of Butlins area and the rest of Lincolnshire. Come in that way, there is loads of free parking, on-road parking down there. Skegness did rank quite highly. One of the few areas where it did rank higher than most of the seaside resorts in the Which survey was parking. So it does really well for parking. But there is plenty of free parking should you want to find it. There's loads of disabled parking along the seafront, and there's paid parking everywhere as well. So plenty of options for parking no matter what time of year you arrive into Skegness. So we're going to take a look and see what's open. See what's going on this really nice warm April midweek day. The kids are back at school now, so there's no half terms for the UK right now, so it might be a little bit quieter than it was a week or two ago when it was half term. I think there is also just the other side of the pier over there, well, the other side of the clock tower on the roundabout there is a new coffee shop. I think it's a Costa Coffee or a Starbucks. We'll check that out. And there's also a travel lodge being built. I'm not sure if it's completed yet, but we'll check the progress of that out, and we'll see what else there is. There is a Premier Inn. That's fairly recent. That's only a few years old, this Premier Inn. So it says tourist attractions is one of the sort of criteria that gets marked on this Which Travel survey, which ranked Skegness the 5th worst in the UK, and 2 years ago the very worst in the UK. Now, tourist attractions wise, there is a pier, which was one of the UK's largest piers, I think, when it was built. There is lots of attractions in there, which we'll take a look at in a sec. There's also a fun fair, like a fairground. which I don't think is open today. I did check the opening times, and I don't think that's actually open today, so we won't be able to take a look in there. However, we do have a video on the channel from last summer when we did go there for the day, and it was an excellent day, value for money. I think we did get a discount on our wristbands, but I think we paid about £10 per person for all day unlimited riding in the fairground over there. And there's roller coasters, there's big wheels, there's flat rides, there's water rides, there's all sorts of cool rides there, and it kept us busy for a full day. It's not currently open, just with it being a Monday term time, but you can check the video out on the channel should you want to watch that and see the rides that were there and the fun day we had, the full fun day for a bargain price. We got our tickets from planetoffers.co.uk, and it was about half price for a wristband per person, so £10 instead of 20. Even at 20 it was a bargain. So now we're in the pier, so I'll walk through the pier to the other side just to get a look outside as well. So there's also climbing, like clip and climb in the arcade as well. There's bowling downstairs. There is a soft play in here. I'll walk through and show you the soft play. Again, we did do a video of me, Kerry and Albie in the soft play when we came in, I think it was around Easter time last year. And we found this was like such a good bargain. This little soft play up here inside the pier in the arcades. I think it was about £3 for me, Kerry and Albie to play. And we spent a good 3 hours in there for £3 for all of us. It says threes and unders £2.95, over fours is £7, and then adults were free. So Albie was 3, so we paid £2.95. Me and Kerry got in for free, and we got this huge soft play pretty much all to ourselves because it was a quiet day, and we got it for £3 for all of us. And it's got some good slides in there. It is quiet today. As I say, it is coming up to May. It's right at the very end of April now, and we are into term time now, so kids have gone back. There shouldn't really be many holidaying families about. It should just be day tourists and locals, and possibly non-school age children and their families. But the last time I came in December, this was not open. The whole pier was closed in December. So we'll head out onto the pier. I'll walk to the very end. We'll take a little look at the views. I might, if I get a chance, try and get down to the beach so we can have a look at the quality of the beach and the quality of the sand. I have no doubt there'll be excellent quality because it usually is. Oh, it looks so nice. You get a good view of the funfair from up here as well without having to actually go in. Okay, so you can walk straight through the arcade and the bowling and the clip and climb, and you have got some little fairground rides on the end of the pier here as well. Oh, it's nice out here. That beach looks really nice. I'm going to head down. We'll go onto the sand just so we can say we've got our feet on the sand. Look at that. Looks like it's been raked this morning as well. It looks all nice and clear, and there's no debris. It's fine. Nice fine sand. See, as I say, one of the criteria, one of the measuring sticks for the rankings on the seaside resort rankings for which travel is cleanliness of beaches. And I mean, you can just see it looks like a very nice clean beach. The sand feels fine. It's perfect. Not a complaint at all about that. We'll head back up onto the pier and we'll walk down to the very bottom just so we can say we've done it. and we'll go check out what else is just around the fairground area as well. I have been to Skegness several times, and every time I come I seem to find an absolute bargain. We probably will have a little spot to eat at some point during the day, just to sort of gauge the value for money aspect of it and the food and drink offering. So I might find a nice fish and chip shop on the front and see if we can find a bargain. That's nice, out of Skegness. It's a nice day, feels like being abroad. 20 degrees, feels warmer than 20 though, there's not really any breeze. You can see the fairground there, there's rock and roller. You can see the big wheel, you can see the freak out, pirate ship, the Queen Bee Junior coaster there. So take a little stroll to the bottom of the pier and then carry on our little nosy. Let me know if you've been to Skegness, let me know if you're a big fan of Skegness, let me know if you agree with Which Travel's findings that it's the 5th worst seaside resort in the UK.
Just goes on forever.
Look at that. Look at that beach. I'm going to take a seat here for 2 minutes and take it in. And then we'll pick you back up. Okay, I've had a nice little 5-minute rest there, just taking in the view. You can see Fantasy Island just in the background there. You can see the top of, I think that is Millennium. It might be Odyssey, I can't quite tell from this distance, but there's a top of a coaster just at Fantasy Island down the bottom there. And you can also see the little tips of Butlins tent just in the background there. I'll go through a little bit more detail with all the value for money findings that we've had. I told you about the one in the arcade, the soft play. The fish and chip shop that we've had before, I think at the Trawler's Catch, just the other side of the fun fair there. That was like excellent value for money. Butlins, which I've just pointed out down there in Skegness, we've had some incredible value for money holidays there. You can get 4 nights for a family for as little as £49. And that includes your swimming, your shows, your soft play, your fairground, and your accommodation. For as little as £49 for a family of 4, for 4 nights, it's ridiculously cheap and such good value. You get so much for your money. Right, so we've been to the bottom of the pier. We're going to head back down now and then walk along the front area where the arcades are, and we'll have a look at the fish and chip shop, see what shops are open, and see what other things are open for like touristy things. As I say, that was one of the criterias for its ranking with which. I don't quite understand how it ranks so low. Being a visitor of Skegness several times in the past, I always really enjoy Skegness. I don't find anything wrong with it at all. In fact, it's one of my favourites, and it's one of my favourites with regard to value for money as well. Right, so we'll head, shall we head down? This beach does go on for miles both ways from the pier. You can go that way or the other way toward Inglemells. And I believe you can just walk all the way down to Inglemells if you wanted to. So we'll head back up this way. Have a little look at the arcades that are open down here. We might end up walking into the town centre as well, just to have a little nosy round. I did that on the December tour. So it'd be nice to catch up and see if there's anything new there, see if it's a little bit more lively. I mean, it was December, so people was Christmas shopping in the town centre, but we went in the little shopping centre and it was Such a nice shopping centre. Both me and Kerry commented at just how nice it is. There's some nice shops, it's small, it's really cute, and they've got some nice little features in there as well, like the little doors with the mice at the skating board level of the shop, of the shopping centre. Right, so the seaside shop's open. You can see the scale of the soft play from the outside here. Captain Kidd's Adventure World. And as I say, the inside as well, there's Skegness bowling downstairs, there's Laser Quest, there's escape rooms, there's the clip and climb, soft play, loads to do. Las Vegas amusements. And then there's the good old McDonald's on the front here. Good option for people to get a quick bite to eat, and a popular one, the old McDonald's. I'm just going to take a little stroll down here because I don't know if you can walk in. I'm assuming they've got all the gates closed into the pleasure beach where the fairground is, but I'll have a look and see if we're able to just have a little nosy in. If not, not to worry. As I say, we will probably be coming back at some point in the summer to do that again if we can get a discounted wristband as well, like we did last year. Absolute bargain of a day out for 5 of us. It's around £50, just over, for all 5 of us to have unlimited wristbands for all the rides, and we did literally spend all day here for that price. So an absolute bargain. I do believe last year as well the Crazy Golf was included. You can do the Adventure Golf as part of your entry into the pleasure beach. We didn't have time to do it because we were just busy doing the rides, but you are able to do that. I think the only thing that wasn't included, which I found strange, was the log flume, the wild river here. That is an additional cost and a separate ticketed item. It's not included, or it wasn't anyway, last year. It wasn't included in the wristband for the Skegness Pleasure Beach. But this is like a nice little decking, like a nice pier, harbour sort of surroundings. It's got some nice tropical trees there. You could be mistaken into thinking you're in Tenerife or somewhere slightly warmer. Although today it might not even be warmer in Tenerife than it is here. But yeah, all the arcades are open now. All of them. Should we have a little nosy around the Plaza arcade before we head down that way, if I can cross over? It's much, much busier than it was in December. It's just nice to feel the sun. Let's get crossing this road and we'll head in. Let's have a nosy. There's not a lot of people inside the arcade today. Oh, they do have the little Astro sort of ships as well that you put your pound in and you can spin around. Like, it's £2. You've got to insert 2 £1 coins 5 seconds apart. They just used to be £1. Inflation. Right, so yeah, there's really not a lot of people inside the arcade at all. There's some pool tables at the bottom here as well. And then a cafe. So there is a cafe at the back there, and you get tea for £1, and then there's some more bowling at the bottom here as well. So we'll head back outside and continue the tour. As you're coming round with me, are you spotting anything that would warrant Skegness being the 5th worst seaside resort in the UK? Does it look it to you? Looks clean and tidy. All the arcades are like nice and clean. Lots of things to do. There's the fun fair. There's the pier with loads of things in. Everything seems to be such good value for money. We're going to get some food shortly. I'll take you with me to grab some chips. I might try a chippy that I've not tried before. We have done trawlers catch a couple of times and I did do a video on that, and that was really nice and excellent value for money. But I think there is one next door to it called Foxes, which gets good ratings, so I might give that one a go on this video. I think that is the one where they've got upstairs, they've got bowling, pool tables. I think they've got some soft play, or is that, oh no, soft play, the kids world is in the other one just down there. You've got all the little shops open on the front as well. It's like literally nothing is closed, everything is up and running. Skegness summer season has officially kicked off. There's Tower Gardens down there, which leads you to a park and public toilets that you do have to pay for. I'll have a little nosy. It's a nice sort of public area, this Tower Gardens. Loads of nice greenery, loads of grassy area to sit and have a picnic. Looks well kept, well maintained. And the park's nice. There's a little water feature there as well in the little lake. Okay, so we'll keep on walking. It's definitely not giving the vibes of the worst seaside resort in the UK, not to me. There's a Jolly Fisherman pub there where you can get food and drink, and that's the Skegness Embassy. Oh yeah, you can see the travel lodge being built. We might have a little closer look at that. It's no way near completion by the looks of it. It's still got all the scrim up and all the scaffolding, but I think it is due to open for summer. So another good quality chain hotel that's decent value. You always find a decent value travel lodge room. If you're willing to look around at dates and stuff, you can always find a good one. I do find on a Sunday is the cheapest day to stay in a travel lodge. We can often find £32 rooms on a Sunday in travel lodges up and down the country. So we'll cross over and see what's happening over there. But this is the Lucky Strike. There's people sat outside on the little balcony bit up there as well. This is the one with the soft play inside. Let's have a little nosy and see if that's open. I'm not sure if the soft play will be open, but it is upstairs. So I'd have to sort of venture up a level. Let's go have a little nosy. The last time we came in December, it wasn't open. The soft play was all closed off. We came up in the lift, the lights were off, nobody was up there. But it's definitely all lit up now and looks more lively as if things are going on. So there is 2 different soft plays, I believe, upstairs. Have a little nosy up here. Oh, it's warm. It's very warm. So yeah, there's 2 soft plays either side of the staircase. Look, so there's one there, and then one that side. I don't believe you can sort of mix and match and pay one price and go between the 2. I do believe they are 2 separate things. I might be wrong. Let me know if I am, but they do look open and ready to trade if you want to bring your kids. Let's head out the arcade. Let's get a little bit more fresh air because it's stifling hot in here. Whew. Okay, so shall we head down onto the sort of main touristy area down there where the shops are and the donut stalls and things to see what's open? That's the Trawlers Catch. I know for a fact that is a really good fish and chip shop, so I don't think I'll be trying that today. I would like to try a new one. And as I say, there's Foxes just on the corner there, so I probably will go for that one. Let me know if I'm making a mistake. Let me know in the comments if there's somewhere else I should have chosen. There's the Foxes one, Tony's, and the Trawlers Catch, all together just on this corner before you head right into the town centre. but I'm liking the look of foxes there, and there's lots of tables and chairs outside to sit and eat in the shade. The trawler's catch is quite nicely themed to like a pirate sort of theming, and it is an award-winning fish and chip shop. So we'll head down here. I'm going to take pretty much the same sort of route that I took in December, just so we've got a comparable sort of route, and you can see the differences from December to almost May, almost the summer season. But I don't agree with Witch's findings that this is the 5th worst seaside resort in the UK. And I 100% certainly don't understand how just 2 years ago it was voted the worst. There's an altitude 44 up there, which is a high ropes course. And then this is the back entrance into the pleasure beach as well. This is how we got out on our day out. Went and had some fish and chips at Trawler's Catch. And then after we'd eaten our awesome fish and chips, we'd head straight back into the fairground here, the fun fair, and carry on with our riding on our £10 unlimited ride wristbands. Bargain. They do have some little river boats here, little sort of novelty boats that you can hire and go down the river and be your own captain. And there is go-karts there as well. None of this was open in December when we came last time, so you can get all these little boats, look, and be your own skipper for the day, or however long you get on the river. Get the family on, get your little captain's hat on, and sail down the river in Skegness. I think these are usually, there's a discovery pass, a Skegness discovery pass on the planetoffers.co.uk website that gives you a discount for a group of activities, one of which is this boat, another one is the aquarium, which is just over there, and then I think there's another one as well. I'm not sure what the other one is, but it might be Crazy Golf, might be that adventure golf there. So you get all 3 attractions for the family for around £40, I think, which is about half price to what it usually costs. And that's on Planet Offers. I do often check Planet Offers, especially through the summer. Nearly every day I'm checking just to see what's new on there, because we've had some awesome bargains on there, and we've had loads of days out courtesy of a half price or better offer with planetoffers.co.uk. We've done Flamingo Land at half price, we've done this, we've done Eden Camp, several others. So there you can see the Rock and Roller. That is a rough coaster. It's a good one, but it is quite rough and spinny. And that is currently open weekends, and I think from the beginning of June possibly it does start to open more regularly, just not on Mondays. Mondays are closed day except through half terms and summer. And you've got your go-karts there as well. The engines are all running, ready to go. Nobody's on the course at the minute, but it is set up and ready to trade. So I'll take a little left and have a walk down and see what little food stalls and snack stalls are open and see what's going on. It's just nice to be at the seaside in the summer, arms out, sunglasses on, sun shining, such a nice day. It's days like this when you think you just don't really need to go abroad. When it's like this and we've got all these awesome seaside resorts in the UK, despite what you say, Witch, despite what you say, you need to shut your mouth. Well, I guess a UK seaside resort does have to be voted the worst. One of them does have to be voted the worst, so it's just the way it is. But we've got lots and lots of awesome ones. Okay, so there is boats, bigger boats there. I think they might be like pedal boats on the little lake there. And then this gives you access to the beach as well, and the little mini sand dunes down there. Ice cream bar, ice cream and waffles, ice cream and slush. Ice creams everywhere. There's Beach World, Heavenly Ices, food bar, everything is open. Ice cream, fish and chips. We'll have a look at some of the deals to substantiate my claim that it is good value for money here in Skegness. I will show you some deals that I find pretty good. You can get a Red Bull slush, a Red Bull vodka slush from Paradise. You can get Malibu slush, Archer slush, all kinds of slush. Pink gin, a 3-shot vodka slush for $7.50. How about that? And then all the awesome looking ice cream sundaes, look. A small salted caramel ice cream sundae for £4. Large is $6. Loads of choice for all sorts of waffles and sundaes and ice creams. Planet ice cream. And just look at that beach. Just look at that beach. That just looks immaculate. That looks so good. You can see the massive wind farm on the shore there, on the offshore rather. But you can tell the sand has just been sort of raked this morning. It just looks perfection. Postcard. UK beach postcard perfection. So we'll head back up and see what's going on. It's quite windy on the beach. The wind is not cold by any means. It's nice warm breeze. I'm hoping the dead cat on my microphone muffles out the wind. Okay, so let's take a little stroll down here. We might take a left and go have a little nosy at the Travel Lodge construction update and have a little look at the new coffee shop, the drive-through coffee shop that's open right next to Travel Lodge. I think recently they have announced around £23 million of investment into Skegness, and a lot of that is on the rail network. I think there's new carriages, there's refurbished carriages and things, an improved network to get specifically from Nottingham to Skegness. It's just under a 2-hour train journey, and if booked in advance you can get it for under £5 per person apparently. So donuts and ice cream, look, 4 donuts and ice cream for $4.25, 6 donuts for $3.50. That is a bargain price. You tell me another seaside resort in the UK, especially down south where you'd get 6 donuts for $3.50. You wouldn't get that. Up north everything is cheaper, but even for here up north, 6 donuts for $3.50 is a good price. There's lots and lots of nice outdoor seating area everywhere on all these cafes and restaurants, and mini fish and chips for $5.50 Monday to Friday. And you can get a large skinless and boneless fish and chips on the deal of the day for $8.95 from this one. So large fish and chips, $8.95. And that's the aquarium. The aquarium used to be Panda's Palace in the probably late 80s and maybe early 90s. It was Panda's Palace indoor soft play for children. But that is long gone now. I do remember it from being a kid, but it is long gone. It's now the Skegness Aquarium. So this is the little pedal boats for the pedal. You can go for a little float about on the lake here. We go under the bridge. There is people on it now, I can see. I did say on our last, well no, I think I said in the summer when we came to do the Botton's Pleasure Beach, the fairground on the front there. On that video I did say that I think we should come to Skegness for a few days because there's enough to keep you busy for 2 or 3 days. As we was walking around and looking at all different things to do, the boats to go on, the little boat around there, the go-karting, the aquarium, there is a seal sanctuary down the bottom there as well. Just so much for us to do as a family with kids. We thought we're going to need more than 1 or 2 days. We're probably going to need 3 days to enjoy the beach as well. So we was looking at possibly coming for 2 or 3 nights this summer and trying to explore everything that Skegness has to offer in one trip. So it's not just a 1 day and done place. It is somewhere where you can come for a holiday, especially if you like a little bit more of a chilled out time as well during your time away, where you can have a day on the beach not doing anything. But you'll need a couple of days where you're able to set aside to do actual activities and attractions and things. The famous clock tower. I said this before, every time you see Skegness on the news or in the newspapers, there's always a little picture of this 1898 clock tower on the roundabout. It sort of symbolises Skegness. That and the little jolly sailor, the little mascot of Skegness. So let's have a little nosy down here just to have a look at the Travelodge and the Starbucks drive-through. And then it might be a little bit of lunchtime. We might have a stop and have some fish and chips from Fox's, and I'll show you what I get and give you my thoughts on that, and then we might head for a little stroll into the town centre just down that road there. This is a really cool adventure golf. I'm not sure which adventure golf it is that's included in the Planet Offers deal, where you get the 3 activities I was speaking about earlier on at the boats. But there is a couple, 2 or 3 I think, adventure golf courses all in the same sort of area, in this sort of busy touristy area. So I've not been this far before. We don't tend to come past the roundabout this way when we come to visit Skeggy. There's a traffic warden doing his dirty business there, look. I know it's a job that needs doing, but it's probably one of the most hated jobs, or one of the most hated professions from outside of the profession. But it's, unfortunately, needs must, I guess. So yeah, I can hear some drilling going on the Travelodge. Just says coming soon. So it's looking like it could be ready for summer. There we go. So you've got all the scaffolding up there. You all right? Yeah? You want to be on YouTube?
Yes, yes.
Ah, yeah, you all right?
Yes, yes.
What's your name?
Shane.
Shane. Hiya, Shane. Are you doing all right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Do you live here? You live in Skegness?
No, no.
Are you just visiting?
Derby.
Oh, Derby?
Yes.
Did you come on the train or did you drive?
No.
Drove?
Yes, yes.
Was it about 2 hours? Just under 2 hours, is it?
No, 1,
Was
2,
it?
3.
Oh, right. I didn't think it'd be that long. Oh, do you? You watch YouTube, yeah. Awesome. Well, it's nice to meet you.
Yes,
Thank you. See you later, Shane. Oh, that was nice. Just met a nice chap called Shane from Derby who's visiting Skeggy for the day. And he wanted to be on YouTube, so thanks for stopping, Shane. Nice to meet you. Enjoy your day here in Skeggy from Derby. Okay, so the new drive-through at Starbucks is open. And there you go. There is some electric vehicle charging. That's probably that's the biggest cluster of electric vehicle charging points that I've seen in any car park. So it's a thing, it's happening. The change is upon us. Almost as many electric charging spots as normal parking spots, but that's the drive-through. You can walk a lot further down there, and there's like a nice little lake to walk down that you saw with the boats, the pedal boats that you can hire and go all the way down, but I'm not going to walk all the way down there. I just wanted to have a little nosy at the Starbucks and the travel lodge. So another couple of months and that should be open, and I think, I did look online, and I think you are able now to book rooms for, I'm sure, August. I did have a little nosy just to see if you're able to, and I'm sure, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty certain I was able to go on the Travelodge website and book Skegness Travel Lodge for an evening in August. So they're expected to be open by then. So we'll head down, have a little look in Fox's. If they take card payments, I'll get some lunch from there. I'll get some nice fish and chips. I'll show you what it's like, give you my thoughts, and then head into the town centre. Literally no qualms or complaints about Skeggy at all. Such an awesome seaside resort. We love it. It's such good value for money. There's loads of touristy things and loads of things to do. The beach is really nice. I know there's not an awful lot of food options that we've seen so far. Most of it is fish and chips, donuts, ice cream, but you're at a seaside. Nobody comes to the seaside. Nobody comes to a seaside resort for a spaghetti bolognese or a curry. People come to the seaside resort for fish and chips, sausage and chips, chip butty, ice creams, donuts, sundaes, and that's exactly what Skegness offer. You wouldn't want anything else really. I mean, what else would you expect from a seaside resort? I think the traffic warden has got a victim. He's got one. So I think Fox's it probably will be. We'll sit outside in the shade, show you what we've got. I'll show you what I've got. I'll give you a little look at the menu so you can see the pricings, and I'm really hungry, so looking forward to this. That's a good sort of shot of Skegness, look. So we'll cross the road and go for some seaside culinary delights. It does say that Fox's is famous fish and chips. So shall we make it more famous? Let's make it more famous by a little bit. It has got a little bit busier. There is a lot more people sat outside now. There was nobody sat there when we walked past half an hour or so ago. It's a fairly busy little seaside town. Like right now, considering it's a Monday, it's term time, kids are at school, the sun's out, it's 20 degrees, blue sky, sunshine, and we're coming up to May, so it drags people to the seaside. We'll cross over. So yeah, that's where we've been before. The trawlers catch. Check the video out on the channel if you want to watch that, but that was awesome. And we'll have a look at the prices and the menu here at Fox's. Okay. So you get haddock and chips with mushy peas or any of the other sides for $7.99. Cod and chips for $8.99. Large pie and chips for $5.50. And sausage and chips for $4.50. I'm going to have to go for the fish. I'll go for that. I'm going to go for the haddock and chips, $7.99. If I can pay by card, which hopefully I will. So we'll head inside. $7.99 for haddock, chips and mushy peas. We did wait 10 minutes for that to be served. It was cooked nice and fresh. It's really hot, nice and fresh, but a 10-minute wait. So let's dive into this haddock, chips and peas from Fox's for $7.99. Let's see if it's worth the wait. 10 minutes wait. Starting to get a little bit busier now, hence the 10-minute wait. But I'll tuck in and we'll see if it was worth it. Okay, so we've just come out, or I've just come out of Fox's famous fish and chips across the road there. It was really nice. It was really nice fish and chips. It was really, really hot and fresh. $7.99, worth $7.99, 100%. I think I would still prefer Trawler's Catch just next door. That is my favourite so far here in Skegness. So the Trawler's Catch gets my vote next door. But Fox's was really nice. Just for a very similar price, 2 doors down, I would prefer to go to Trawler's Catch. There's much less of a wait there, it was for me, and the food was slightly nicer. It was still just as fresh as Fox's, but they just seem to be a little bit quicker at serving, and I just prefer Trawler's Catch. So enjoyed the food, well worth $7.99, good big portions, filled me up. The haddock, the fish was really nice, pure white meat. The haddock batter was real crispy and wasn't too greasy, so not many complaints at all there. I just slightly prefer Trawler's Catch. So that's lunch sorted at Fox's. Let's head on with the tour. Let's go take a little look around the town centre and see what's going on with the shopping area and see if there's any new restaurants or shops in the town centre. Okay, so we've done all the sort of beachside area all the way along the sandy bits. So we'll head into the sort of more retail area now with the shops, cafes, bars and restaurants. Just taking a right at the clock tower, and it's just a couple of minute walk down to get to the little shopping centre there. And as I say, it's a small shopping centre. There isn't an awful lot of shops in there, but there's no empty units. It's nice and full. It's usually quite busy, and it's got some really good sort of little features to it. And the fact that they don't have a lot of empty units speaks volumes as well for a shopping centre nowadays. That's good timing. Across the road, and we'll go back past Fox's where we had our spot of lunch. The haddock and chips is slightly cheaper at, it's slightly cheaper at Fox's by about 96p. It's 96p cheaper for haddock chips than a side at Fox's than it is at the Trawler's Catch 2 doors down. But as I say, Trawler's Catch gets my vote. I prefer that one. So we'll take a nosy down here now and see what's going on down here. There's carvery across there. So if you're not into your fish and chips, if you come to the seaside and you don't really want fish and chips, you can go just across the road there, right on this corner, to the Marine Boathouse Bar and get yourself a carvery. So there is options for different types of food. You're not forced to have fish and chips. It is the nation's favourite, and obviously when you're at the seaside, it's a must-have. But there is other options if you don't fancy that, or if you're spending longer at the seaside than a day or two, and you're just sick of fish and chips and you want something different. We'll have a look in town as well to see what other food options there is. I'm sure there'll be several sort of quick service snacky places like Couplands and Subway and things like that. So we'll have a nosy and see. It's still just as warm. It's now almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it feels like it's gone warmer, so it might be around 21, 22 degrees right now. I'm just in a shirt and I am really warm. It's really nice. So head down there to that little side street there and we'll head into the shopping centre. There is a row of all sorts of retailers and cafes and restaurants and food places all the way down here, as well as independent retailers and chain stores as well, before you head into the shopping centre. There's like a huge department store here as well that's over several floors. We have been in that before. It sells all sorts of clothes and homewares and toys, food, sweets, all kinds of things inside there. Dubai sprays. There's Dubai everything nowadays. I saw some Dubai chocolate biscuits in the shop the other day. Dubai chocolate was a craze not too long ago. People like their Dubai goods. People do buy it. Okay, so we're going to head into the Hildreds shopping centre just so I can show you around in there. See the sort of things that are an option if you want to do a little bit of shopping in Skegness. And if you go down there, there's all sorts of shops down there. I might take a little look down there as well when we come out of the shopping centre. Okay, I'll show you what I mean about the little mice doors as well, because we do find that quite cute little addition to this shopping centre.
Sorry.
There you go. So a little mouse door. So inside here there's a phone repairs place, there's an opticians, a shoe zone, Sports Direct, a Pandora. There's a truckling cheese company if you want to get some cheese. EE Card Factory, Vodafone and a Home Bargains, amongst others. But it just looks like a really nice little shopping centre. And we was quite impressed with like how cool it was at Christmas time when we came. There was a couple of little nativity scenes here. There was one on this side against the cafe there. And then there was also one there that was promoting the upcoming Panto, and it was all really nicely themed. I mean, that's Toy Story now, but it was, that was like a nativity scene. And so was this with interactive sort of snowmen and music playing and stuff. It was really cool. The fact that it's just a small shopping centre like this and they put in so much effort into the festivity and like the decoration at Christmas time. There was loads of decorations all down here. Obviously it's just buntings now, but at Christmas time they went all out. And I think that was one of the reasons why we was just so impressed with this tiny little shopping centre. So I just wanted to quickly show you what it was like inside here and what you can expect if you come for a little shop in the Hildreds shopping centre. And we will head outside now and just have a little walk around the high street before we head back onto the front and finish the video and give my final thoughts on whether or not Skegness deserves to be the 5th worst UK seaside town. To me, it's 100% no, it definitely does not, but we'll summarise at the end. It's nice to see it busy. As I say, when we came in December, the shopping area here was fairly busy, just because it was about 3 weeks till Christmas. So people were still out doing the shopping, but the touristy bits along the front, all the pier and the arcades and the seafront, all that area was all extremely quiet. There's a toffs.
No, don't do that, Fred. Come on.
Just 1 second. That's all right. If anybody phoned this number.
I'll take a little walk down to the bottom of this street, take a right and head back up the high street. More ice creams. You're not short of ice cream options if you come to Skegness. Some seagulls there, some seagull teddies. As I say, they do say that it's really good for parking here at Skegness, and I've always found that's the case. I've never had a problem parking. I've never paid for parking. I always park for free, which is good for me. A little amusements there that goes through to the other side of the high street as well. Flipper's restaurant, quite popular outside. And then there's another Costa down this way as well in the town centre, and an Iceland across the road. Take a right and head back up the high street toward the seafront again. and enjoy that really cool, busy area with all the activities and attractions and that awesome, amazing beach. I might get back on the beach to end the video just because I like the beach and it was really nice. So, a nice place to end the video and give my final thoughts on it. But I'm also interested in your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Pop your comments in the comment section down below. Whether you agree with mine, whether you disagree. Let me know if you think that Skegness should be where it is in the rankings, or whether you think it should be higher up, or whether you agree with it. Whether you think it should have been voted as one of the worst in the UK. I can't see why, but... So yeah, this leads us back down to the little turn off where we went into the mini little shopping centre.
I have to ask you first.
I didn't tell her, you see, I've been...
There was, I think, a really cool American sweet shop down here when we came down here last time. I'm not sure where it was or if it's still here, but they had some awesome imported American sweets and drinks and crisps. And it was really good to have a little nosy around and see what was in there. All sorts of treats. That completes the walk around the town. And we're back at the Lumley Shopping Plaza, look, the department store I was talking about, with several layers, several floors, several layers, like an onion. A good shopping plaza is like an onion, has several layers. Head back down and I'll pick you back up when we get back to the clock tower area and we'll summarise. Okay, and that concludes the little walk around in Skegness. Now, in conclusion, does Skegness deserve to be the 5th worst seaside resort in the UK? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. On all the different criteria that was used to measure that and to determine that positioning, the quality of beaches, the beaches are just awesome. Really good quality sand, really well kept, no rubbish on there, and just really nice. Food and beverages, like food and drink offering, yes. It is seaside food, it is seaside resort food and drink, but you're at the seaside, what do you expect? The food that we've had here is always really nice. There's lots of different drinks to choose from. There's alcoholic slushies, so come on man, alcoholic slushies. And the tourist attractions, I mean, there's the fun fair, there's the Bottoms Pleasure Beach, there's the pier that we've walked on with all the different things to do in there. There's the boating activities, there's go-karts. I know Skegness isn't Inglemells, and Inglemells is about a 5-minute drive further down, but you've got to also take into account locality of local attractions and how easy it is to get to other things. So for its location and for the tourist attractions that it has, there's so much to do here. There's the aquarium as well, which I didn't mention. There's the town centre, loads of things in the arcades, the soft plays, the bowlings, the clip and climbs, the laser quests, and then there's the seal sanctuary just a bit further down as well. And when it comes to value for money, I don't think there's a better seaside resort in the UK for value for money. I mean, we've been to quite a lot recently. I've done a dozen or so in the past few months, ranging from the Lincolnshire coast up to Yorkshire coast and North Yorkshire coast, and they're all pretty good value for money, but Skegness just offers more than just the value for money on the food and the donuts. Like I said, the soft play, when we came in the summer, $2.95 for 2 adults and a kid to play in the soft play for basically as long as you like. We had it to ourselves, and it's excellent value for money. So as far as the worst seaside resort in the UK goes, absolutely not. Which travel, you've got it massively wrong. You're talking shit. So that's that. I hope you've enjoyed this little walk of Skegness, this little walking tour of Skegness, and I hope you agree with me. If you don't, let me know. If you do, let me know. But there's no way I would consider Skegness to be in the bottom half of UK seaside resorts. Never mind the bottom 5 or 2 years ago, the worst, not a chance. It's been an awesome day. I do plan to come back to Skegness and bring everybody else with me again. We've had some bargains here and we're going to get some more bargains here, I'm sure. So if you've enjoyed the video, please do pop a like on it. Don't forget to click that subscribe button for more content like this. Got a lot more seaside resorts planned coming up in the next couple of months because I'm going to revisit everything that I've done for the winter and see how things have changed now we're coming into the summer period, and see if everywhere is ready and sort of prepared for summer trade. So from Skegness, thank you so much for watching. Do click that subscribe button, pop a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much for joining me. Comment down below, we'll chat about Skeggy, and I'll see you on the next one. See you later, bye bye.